How can you make more money on Italki? In this video I'm going to share some of the things that I've learned as a student on Italki and some of the things I think teachers can do better and how they can make more money and be more successful on Italki. So I've taken about 110 classes on Italki. I've been learning Chinese, Russian and Arabic, mostly Chinese, but I will share some of the things in what I think that teachers can do to make more money. So I think Italki is a great platform. It's amazing to be able to connect with teachers from all over the world to find really good teachers, and I found the quality of teaching to be really good. It's been really good to connect with some teachers. They have really amazing personalities. It's really cool. And so I think that from what I've seen, there are some really big ways that teachers can probably 2 or 3 times X the amount of income they're making and the amount of money, the amount of classes they're getting booked and the amount of income they're making. So I'm going to share how I think that. And there's basically 4 main ways that I think they can do that. And I'm going to share what I think the best teachers do and what I think all of the teachers can be doing to make more money. So the first thing is about following up with people. This is something in business that a lot of people put too much emphasis on getting new customers and getting new students or getting new people to come in the door instead of trying to help the existing customers to make more money. Help to make the existing customers to be repeat businesses. And I think that out of 110 classes, I think I had about 10 who, or actually less, about 5 who were following up and asking to book more classes. And so as a student, when the teacher is not proactively asking me to book more courses or book more classes, I'm kind of wondering if the teacher wants me to book more classes or not. I'm thinking, am I fit for this teacher or not? And there are some teachers who are, they really want to book more classes and they're really actively messaging maybe 1 or 2 days later. They're telling me in the class that this is my package for 10 classes. You can book 10 classes and we can have classes every week. And then most of the teachers are not asking me to book more classes at the end of the class. And most of the teachers are not reminding me 1 or 2 days later to book more classes. And I think this is one of the main ways that teachers can get twice as many bookings at least, or 3, because and when I look at the ratings, the number of classes that those teachers have had who do follow up, and the number of students they've had, and the number of classes that they've had booked, I do think that they have, the ones that follow up, they have many more classes booked according to the number of students they have. And I think that that's because they're following up, and I think it just drives repeat customer business, and that is going to be how most teachers can get more income and more students booked. Because when I first went on Italki, I want to study Russian, or I want to study any language. I don't know which teacher is going to be the best for me. I will normally try maybe 3 or 5 teachers, and then I will have a first class with them or a trial class, and then I will see how the class is, how good the teacher is, because it's impossible to know just from a quick video how good they are at teaching and how effective the experience is. So I'll choose 3 or 5, and then if none of those teachers are asking me to follow up or book more classes, or if one of them is, then I'm more likely to book that one teacher who asked me to follow up. So I think this is really important, is firstly at the end of every class is to try and book the next class. Another thing is to send a reminder or a follow-up message 2 or 3 days. And there is a way that I've seen that they can send a message which says like, great class, looking forward to our next lesson, here you can book here, and then you can book another class. The second thing is to leave reviews on students, because I have had 110 classes and I think I've had 17 reviews from teachers, and I leave a review every class. I think with the teacher I will always leave a review, but I think that leaving a review is positive because it's just a positive thing that teachers can do that can promote the positive interaction with the student. It can encourage students to leave more positive reviews, and it can encourage repeat bookings. So I think this is a really powerful thing that is really important, to leave more reviews with students. The other thing that I would recommend is teachers can specialize in something. I think it may be a challenge that, for example, in English, there's so many teachers, or in Chinese, there's quite a lot of teachers, and how do you differentiate and how do you choose which one for you? So I think it's good for all the teachers to, in some way, be very general, so that anyone can book, but also in some way to have a specialty that certain types of students will want to book. And I think it's hard to do that, but it's definitely an advantage in the platform is to have something that makes you different, something that makes you a specialty. Because there's a great book called The Pumpkin Plan. In the Pumpkin Plan, it looks at like all of these different pumpkins. There's like 100 pumpkins. One of them is the biggest pumpkin, so one of them is like the best teacher, for example, or one has the most reviews, one has a lowest price or a highest price, and then you need to be different to the other teachers. So how are you going to stand out? How are you going to be different? And that's the question that you need to answer, like as a teacher, how are you going to be different? And if you're just starting, you don't have many reviews, you don't have many classes booked, then you need to be different in some way. So the other thing is to create content on many social media platforms, and I think that this is really important for a teacher who's very serious about teaching online, because when you're doing that, when creating content on social media platforms, then you can also get your own customers and bring them to the platform, and then you can also charge a higher price because you have already a bigger source of customers. And so I wouldn't rely only on the platform, but you can also bring your own customers to the platform as well, and that's really powerful. I mean, when you're creating content online for a certain language, you have the same problem because there's already a lot of English content, there's already a lot of Chinese content. So how are you going to make it different to others? And then, so that's something that is important when you're making content online, to specialize in certain niche. So that could be your personality, your interests, something that's different to other people. So these are some of the thoughts that I have of how students can make more money, and appreciate that. Do you have any other ideas how teachers can make more money on Italki or do better on Italki? Let me know in the comments. And I think this applies to every platform as well. Most of these lessons apply to every platform for teaching online, and wish you the best, guys, and appreciate all of the amazing teachers. Cheers, guys. Bye.